Now, on my social media channels this week, I asked the question, what are your thoughts on bias lighting or TV backlighting? And I do have to say that the audience was pretty much split. So this video, we're going to be looking at backlighting, the one that I've installed, how much would you pay for it, what the benefits are, and also, is it something that you would consider yourself? And I'd be genuinely interested to know your thoughts. Literally what you're seeing just then was me scrolling through all of the different colours available, and here you can see the backlight that I've got currently on my TV wall mounted. So let's take a closer look at the one that I've got installed, and I'd be keen to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. So my friends, just for full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. I have not been provided this product for free. I purchased it back in May 2020. Now, the reason why I bought this particular product was one, the price. It was under £25, which I felt was affordable. It also works with your Amazon or Google Assistant, which again is a very good thing. And one of the main reasons was the fact that it's USB powered, so it doesn't require a separate power source. It can be plugged right into the TV. And what I want this to do is to work seamlessly so it doesn't become a hassle, and also if I don't want it on, I don't have to have it on. So when I asked the question on social media, this was the picture that I put in place. Now, in reality, this was in fact a lot more subtle. My phone made this a lot more garish, a lot more green and bright than it actually was. Now, it's not just the fact that some people think it looks quite cool having some backlighting. There are also two other perceived benefits. One is to increase contrast. If you've got a TV with less contrast, having that bias lighting in the background will accentuate the contrast. And also another is to reduce eye strain. Bias lighting in the background makes it easier on the eye. So as I mentioned, the light strip that I chose was from Govee. Okay, so this comes in a very small box, and inside that box you've got all of your instructions. You've got your lights which are inside the foil. There is a power supply if you choose to have it powered, and there's a manual control as well, which again you can operate this manually if you wish. Now, one of the other reasons for choosing this particular brand was the fact that the light that you can see in the background is my Govee desk light, and I've been really happy with that. I tend to only ever use it on the one colour, and I think it looks great for when I'm filming, but it also looks good just when I'm not filming. Having it on in the background, it's a subtle light which is not too garish. Now, the one thing that you can see with this light, which is very different to my desk light, is that there are bits that come apart, and that is what allows you to then bend around the corners of the TV, and so therefore it obviously bends properly and gives an even light. There are also little grips which you can stick onto the TV which help support it. Now, that is not necessarily necessary because there is a 3M sticker strip to the back of the lights, which again works pretty well. So this light strip is super simple to attach. You literally just unpeel the 3M stickers on the back of the actual strip itself and then position on the TV. Be careful to avoid things like the vents on the TV, that's obviously important, but do remember that this only draws 5 volts of power from that USB port, and so therefore these lights are not going to get hot and they shouldn't cause any damage to the TV at all. And when they're on, you can then set up the app within the phone. So for this example here, I've got the lights turned up quite bright. You can have them as bright or as dim as you wish. And as you can see, as I change that on the app, it adds a very much more of a subtle effect of the backlighting. Now, this TV at the moment is on a stand. Obviously, you do then get it projected a bit further into the distance because there is a bigger gap between the TV and the wall, and you don't get as much of an effect on a wall mounting as you saw earlier, and as I'll show you again in a second. But I'm just scrolling through the different colors that you can have, and again, you can have those as vivid as you want or as just tame as you want. You can have this as a very, very subtle backlight if you wish. So I do have to say, I am more of a fan of the very subtle lighting rather than the more garish using the big oversaturated RGB lighting. So something like this is definitely better for me, and I think just looks a lot more subtle and then enhances the viewing rather than distracts from what you're watching. One mode in the application is music mode, where it will listen to what's going on and respond the light accordingly. This could be great if you're watching a concert, for instance, or just listening to music with the TV off. There is another mode called scenes that you can have within the application, and this can be either movie, dating, candlelight, romantic, breathe, blinking, or energetic. But again, it doesn't tend to be something that I use too often. I tend to just stick with the single color and also have that fairly low just so it adds a little accent to the screen. As I said earlier, the effect can be much larger if you've just got this on a normal TV stand, because there's a lot more distance between the TV and what it's obviously projecting against, so that colour looks a lot more even and looks almost less connected to the TV. Something like this obviously then throws that purple light a lot further back. So the general consensus of the question that I asked earlier in the week was that most people thought either it was a distraction or that they would only use it in certain modes, maybe more for gaming than watching a movie. But I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are. Leave a comment and let me know whether this is something you would consider, and I will leave a link in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching this video. As always, my friends, it's always interesting to see other people's opinions on their tech setup and what works for them or doesn't. Again, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.